Mr. Chris, thank you so much for being here with us today. I heard you gave a wonderful speech a while ago. How are you seeing the conference this year?
It's a very exciting time, I think, to be here. It's great to be here after COVID and to see all these people really interested in what we're doing and all the activity around cybersecurity here in KSA. It's wonderful.
Do you see the difference in the approach or in the level of demand now in comparison to before COVID, before the pandemic? Everything is more digitalized?
I think there's definitely everybody understands the need. So for us in particular, where we're focused on training cyber defenders, everybody really recognizes the need to train people and to get those cyber defenders into the workforce. So that's a very exciting development for us, and we see that here for sure.
You know, we're all here, different speakers, different people from different backgrounds, for one purpose, which is talking about creating a space that is safe for everybody digitally. What is the main purpose of everybody being here?
Well, I think at the end of the day, and I talked about this a little bit in my speech, it's about human nature, right? We have this tendency to want to do the right thing, to do good. And unfortunately, there's adversaries out there who want to take advantage of our good intentions. And so I think it's really important that we gather here and figure out how we can understand those threats, respond to those threats, and effectively stop those threats so that we are safe in our digital space, that we can engage the way we want to engage in our digital space without the threat of losing our identities or losing our finances or anything like that. So yeah, I think that's all really important, and that's what this conference is all about.
Looking at cybersecurity a few years ago, not everybody understood the meaning of it. And at the same time, the demand wasn't by everybody, it was just by the big organizations. Today, everybody understands it, and the need is trickled down to even individuals, families, small businesses, SMEs. How has that changed for service providers in the field?
I think for us, creating that type of awareness has become an integral part of what we do. We've been so much focused on technical training, trying to create cyber defenders, but we're also aware that, at the individual level, both in the company or as individuals, being aware of your digital environment and the types of ways you can be manipulated online is really, really important.
From your perspective, how would you describe a particular organization to be more resilient in comparison with others? More resilient in terms of recovering from a particular attack or regaining lost data?
I think it all comes down to a whole series of things that you have to do as an organization. It's not just one answer. I think having trained individuals in the organization that know how to respond to an incident, having an incident response plan, having technologies in place to defend your networks, and just having that cybersecurity awareness training that you provide your employees or other people in your organization is really integral to what I call cyber resilience. So I think all those elements go into it.
There's a lot of talk today and yesterday about the zero trust technique or the zero trust approach. What would you like to say about that?
Yeah, it's tough, right? I mean, that basically says I can't trust anybody. And that really runs counter to human nature, right? I think if you spend your life not trusting everybody, that's very, like I said, very counterintuitive. But unfortunately, it's a practice we have to accept in this industry. And it's one of the challenges we have, and getting people to understand what they have to do to be vigilant.
What do you predict would be the next update in the cybersecurity field within the next 12 months to a year?
I see the growing role of artificial intelligence and everything, right? And I think there will be technologies that should help us improve our cyber resilience through the use of artificial intelligence. And, some of that's already emerging, but I think it may come down to a very personal level. So I can't predict how that's going to happen, but I do see that happening.
Are we going to see you next year as well?
I have every intention of coming back. How's that?
That sounds great. Thank you so much for the insightful conversation.
Yes,
Thank you.
Very excited.